Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aqila Ndaru Wiandra, and I would like to say my greetings to distinguished guests, faculty members, parents, dearest friends, and of course, fellow graduates. Being here with you today as we celebrate this important turning point in our lives is a true honor. I would like to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude before I begin. To our devoted lecturers who have taught us, pushed us, and guided us, and to our parents whose constant support and love have made it possible for us to succeed, and to our friends who have always been our sources of never ending happiness and strength. We are thankful for you being the lights that led the way for us. Horace, the Greek poet, once wrote a poem where he wanted a listener to believe less of the frauds and divinations of astrologers and diviners. He said that we should appreciate the present because it is all that we have control over, and being afraid about the future, the days to come, is pointless. The famous poem has even more famous closing line that you might have heard before. It says, Carpe diem quam minimum credula postero, which means seize the day and put very little trust in tomorrow. And my biggest regret during my college years, especially early in my freshman year, was that I was a little bit of slacker. I've always thought to myself, oh, there's still tomorrow. I still have 3 years of college. It's not a big deal. And 3 years are indeed a lot of time for me. But what I have failed to understand is that it is also a lot of time to make mistakes, to make a dent in my life. Constantly being on edge after procrastinating on my work for days made me stressed and anxious for most of the time. It makes me feel worse if I have to submit my assignments late, and I always thought to myself that if only I could seize my days much better, I probably wouldn't have so many regrets and go through so much stress and anxiety on doing everything in the last minute. And so I realized that our perception of time depends on how we are treating time itself. Like, for example, a single week could not be enough for me to do my assignments if I do it while laying down on the bed, while snacking and scrolling TikTok. But a single day could also be enough for me if I just sit down and focus on the assignment properly while not doing anything else. Just focus. And I came to my senses and I realized that I needed to do my best to influence the course of events, even if eventually I would have to accept the way things will turn out. I tried to change, it wasn't easy, it was difficult to break old habits. I started with replacing my bad habits like scrolling on social media and being watching YouTube videos on the internet with better alternatives like going on a short walk when I felt stressed or bored and filling my free time after class with a little bit of working out. But of course, I slip up a lot, a lot of times, and I ended up curling in my bed scrolling TikTok again. But I tried again. I reminded to myself that I'm only human. I make mistakes, and that's okay. I know that it might take more than once, more than one trial to change my bad habits, and it's good to be aware. But the hardest part to make changes in my day-to-day lives and routine and patterns and schedules was making new routine because the last time I've ever had a routine was in my high school days when I was a high schooler. It was especially difficult to set out a daily routine when I could have an organization meeting like at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday and a day full of class on a Wednesday because a lecturer needed to have replacement class and a deadline on Thursday morning, and at that same day I was asked to do something else. And so what I'm trying to say is that my day-to-day schedule is way too unpredictable, and it was so hard to set out a new routine in order to fix my old habits. When I might have scheduled my sleep at 10 p.m. so that I can wake up early the next morning and stretch out my body in the morning in the tomorrow. But the next thing I knew was that I was still stuck in the traffic at maybe 11 p.m. because of that one organization meeting. And it was hard, but I knew I had to change, so I persisted. I should adapt and suck it up if I'm being serious about being a better person. I've always known that there would be uncertainty and challenges in navigating change, but one thing I learned is that I have done my best. Finally, I did my best at seizing my day. Maybe it's just a small change, but I know days are going to turn into weeks, and weeks are going to turn into months, and months are going to turn into years. And I know that someday, with those small steps, I could seize my whole year. And I hope when that time comes, I will be able to put my degree into use, to teach my students to and make a positive impact to those around me. I know I wouldn't be able to do it without the support from my parents, my families, my friends, and my lecturers. So once again, I'm grateful that I have you all, and I really appreciate your support. And for the graduates today, please keep in mind that your actions today will shape your future immediately. It might not be a promising future tomorrow. No one ever knows, really. It won't take long for your tomorrow to become your today, and for your today to become your yesterday. And also, most, if not all, of your tomorrows won't live up to your expectations if you keep on wasting every single day. So please take a seat and review the goals that you might have set out early in the year. And it is now a few months after that, you might have accomplished many things, or maybe very little since then. It is what it is, really. However, this year still has a few months left in that. And I hope that you can also keep on going and make your own progress, seize your own days in your own ways and in your own pace. Once again, I thank everyone for the privilege of speaking here today. I wish you all fellow graduates success, happiness, and fulfillment in your future and in your dreams. Carpe diem, quam minimum credula postero. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.